Falling is okay, but failure is not an option. This is the difference in the mindset between falling and failing. What's going on, everybody? Scotty Boots here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day out there. We're going to talk about the difference between falling and failing because there is a very distinct difference here, and it really, again, comes down to the mindset so that you can conquer this and not have a fear of it. And it's just about putting yourself into a winner's mentality, and that way you can overcome the fear that you have and understand the difference between falling and failing. Before we jump into everything here, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the bell for notifications, give the video a thumbs up so we can push this thing around here. Appreciate the support. If you could leave some comments down below as well. And we're going to dive into this here and discuss the difference, because falling is okay, failure is not an option. And the big difference here is if you fall, you can get back up. If you fall and you choose to stay down, that's failure. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to fall. These are all things that are going to happen at some point in our health journey, in our day-to-day life. Could be with work. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how many times we fall. The important thing is how many times we continue to get back up. If we stay down and we don't rise above that, that's where we fail. And that's where the whole do or do not, there is no try comes in. We talked about that a couple videos back. And that's really where that mentality comes from. It's okay to stumble, it's okay to fall, but you do or you do not. Straight up. Do means you keep pushing forward, you keep moving forward. If you fall down, you get back up and you keep going for it and you keep going for it. Do not means you fall and you don't get up. That's where the failure comes in. So there's no such thing as trying. Trying puts you in that mentality where the door is open to accept failure. That's not how we want to go about our journeys. We want to stay in that do or do not mentality, and you stick on that do. Because once you fall down, you get back up and you keep pushing and you keep pushing and you keep pushing until you get it. And even if you fall down and you're hurting and it takes everything in you physically and mentally to get back up, just stand back up on your 2 feet and just stand tall and proud and just take a deep breath and bring that moment in. Bring it in for a second, all right? Just take a deep breath, just take that moment because you stood back up. You don't have to fix everything right there. You don't have to accomplish what you were going for right there. You just want to get back up and reset, because there are going to be challenges. There are going to be hurdles. There are going to be plenty of things that are going to kick us down into the ground and want to keep us there. But the more that we rise above that, the more that we continue to stand up, the more that we continue to fall and rise above it, the stronger we're going to become. And it all comes down to that winner's mentality. We can fall. But where does that success lie? The success in everything that we do is getting up one more time than we've fallen. That's what it all boils down to. If you fall down 100 times, but you get up 101, that's the success. You've made it. But if you fall down 100 times and you only get up 99 and you stay down, that's failure. There's no room for failure. That's not an option. That's not an option. If we're going to change our lives, if we're going to own our health, if we're going to own our life and move forward and do the best that we can for ourselves, both physically and mentally, failure is not an option. And that's a mindset that we have to stay in, because when those times are hard, that's when this stuff matters. That's when it matters the most, because we all know there's going to be plenty of times that feel really easy. You know, you had a rough day, but all right, I'm feeling motivated today, right? Motivation will kind of kick in those places. So you'll go do your exercise, and maybe it's not the best. Maybe you ate, 95% healthy, but you had a little bit of something. Those are days that come about a little bit easier and everything, but it's those hard days. It's those days, and you know what I'm talking about, where you just want to give up. You want to quit. You don't want to push through it. You don't want to force yourself to do the workout. You don't want to force yourself to eat the healthy food, and you give up. You go out, you get fast food, you order in, you make that choice that wasn't the strong choice in that moment. That's where we want to rise above that. We want to rise above that and continue to build that strength mentally, because every single time we can say no to the things we should be saying no to and saying yes and pushing ourselves through to do the things that we know we should be doing, those are mental victories. every single time. It could be the tiniest thing. If you have just even a bland day, Kevin Smith put this in one of his books, and it's hilarious, but it really is kind of a perfect example of how our minds work and what we need to do to feel accomplished. He said straight up, every single day, we need to do something to feel like we're achieving something or accomplishing something. He says if there's nothing going on in your day, you can throw a stick on the ground, jump over the stick, just go ta-da, and accept that as what you'd accomplished for the day because you set a task with putting a stick on the ground and you jumped over it. Now, it sounds silly, but that's what keeps discipline going, continuing to celebrate and take in those little achievements. And it's important to acknowledge that and recognize that because so much of what builds into discipline and staying in that mentality where you continue to rise above falling and not fearing the failure, so much of that is going to be the consistency and the discipline with building in good habits so that way each time something comes up, it's easier and easier to stay the course. It's going to be a little bit harder at first because we've been abusing our bodies for so long. Think about all of the shitty food and the lack of movement and exercise for years that has been building up on us, and then to take a 180 with that and change it to where you are now pushing yourself to do something entirely different. Your body's going to react differently, your mind's going to react differently, so we need to reprogram and reboot everything with that. So each mental victory and each hurdle that you can overcome and you can get past and you can push through those times when it is really, really hard to do it, you're callousing your mind. You're creating so much mental strength. It's so much good, positive energy. And even though it's hard in that moment, as soon as you get through it, you feel so accomplished because you achieved it. And you need to celebrate those things. That shouldn't go unnoticed. Take a moment, celebrate it, and then move on. Because we don't want to get stuck on that either, because we've got more work to do. There's still work to do that day. There's going to be work to do the next day. We need to keep moving forward and keep pushing, but don't let any mental hurdle go unnoticed. So again, falling is okay. Failure is not an option. It's okay if we fall. It's okay if we fall because we need to get back up. We need to get back up. If things are hard, we didn't have the best day, our workout wasn't the best workout, it's okay. That is all right. We get back up and we keep pushing. We keep moving forward. Consistency, discipline, we all have it in us. We're all capable of doing great things. You can do this. I'm telling you, you can do this. All right. Just over a year ago, all of this felt impossible to me. And within that year, I have 100% transformed my outlook on health and discipline, staying the course, not allowing myself to fail, and pushing through and staying consistent and building in those good habits. It is possible. I spent years trying, and then I flipped that mentality to that do or do not. And now I have made myself unstoppable because my body is working for me, my mind is working for me, and when you get those two things working together, you become unstoppable. And that's what this is about. You got to build everything up, create that unstoppable mentality so that way no matter what challenge or hurdle comes your way, you blow that bitch down like you're a big-ass train just plowing right through it. And that's what we want to do. We need to create that mindset that is bulletproof. Nothing can come in and stop where we're going. And that is going to be challenging to get there. But you can do it. You are capable of it. We all have it inside us. We're all capable of greatness. And all we need to do is believe in ourselves. If we believe in ourselves and we believe that we can do it, you can see it, then you can achieve it. So stay the course. It's okay to fall. Let yourself fall. Just get back up. Get back up every single time you fall because, again, the success of where we want to go is getting up one more time than we have fallen. It's the most important thing. Think about all these people that have done so many great, successful things. Nobody hit everything the first time they did it, but they're not measured by how many times they fell down. They're measured by how many times they got back up. Because if they would have stopped and not got back up and chose that path of failure, think about how many amazing achievements and advances in technology and all of this that we would not have if those people chose to stay down and fail instead of getting back up and just accepting the fall but rising above it. Think about that. We have that all within us. So if you're struggling, stay the course. It's okay to fall, but failure is not an option. So keep moving, keep kicking ass, stay the course with everything. You've got what it takes. You definitely have what it takes. So keep on trucking and doing it. All right, that's going to do it for today. We will definitely be back with another video here. I've got so much more to talk about. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, would appreciate it big time if you'd hit that subscribe button. Again, give the video a thumbs up, leave some comments down below. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your days. And always remember, your limits are only what you perceive them to be. We'll see you in the next video.